that you are mentally stronger than when you arrived.
Prince Harry gets emotional as he delivers a moving speech at tonight's Invictus Games closing ceremony, which saw him and a glowing Meghan take center stage. Causing a fracas? Prince Harry, 39, appeared to throw shade at the royal family Saturday over their decision not to allow him to wear his military uniform during last year's funeral for Queen Elizabeth II and the May coronation of King Charles III. The beleaguered prince made the comments during the closing ceremony for the 6th annual Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, Germany, reports Deadline. A week ago, I stood here and told you about the significance of being able to wear your nation's flag again, said the Duke of Sussex. So many of you have told me that hit you right here. For many of you, the uniform you've been wearing this past week will give you a new story to tell. And for others, it may give your old uniform new meaning, continued the estranged royal. But I'm here to remind you that after all of this, you don't need to rely on a uniform, nor should you feel lost without one. Because everything you need is already within you. Founded in 2014 by Harry, the Invictus Games serve as an international multi-sport event for wounded, injured, and sick soldiers and veterans. The Post reached out to the Duke of Sussex for comment. A rep told the Post on Sunday, "Watch the speech and you will see there is no truth to this." His words were about the competitors, no one else. This is nothing more than clickbait speculation. Several UK media outlets seem to have taken his words as a dig at the British monarchy, which forbade Harry from wearing his military uniform during the Queen's funeral in September 2022. According to Buckingham Palace, Harry was barred from wearing his Blues and Royals No. 1 dress uniform because he was no longer a senior member of the family and had been stripped of his titles in 2020 when he and wife Meghan Markle, 42, decamped to California. Harry's supposed jab comes one day after he celebrated turning 39 on Friday with Markle. Pictures obtained by the Post show the couple passing a clear pint back and forth as they watched the volleyball final match at the Games. The birthday boy was captured enthusiastically cheering during the match, so much so that the former Suits actress covered her face as her husband celebrated. They also stopped by Schumacher Brewery, where they drank beer and ate Wiener Schnitzel, pork knuckle, sausage, and mashed potatoes. They even took some photos with a few fans and employees of the eatery. Meanwhile, body language expert Judy James told the Mirror that Harry seemed bashful while celebrating his birthday. She argued that his smile was more low-key compared to past tournaments, as he had no display of teeth at his party. She suggested Harry was a no-fuss-please birthday boy. Prince Harry became emotional during his moving speech at the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, Germany, earlier this evening. His 5-minute speech saluted those who have taken part in the week-long games, which were founded in 2014 for veterans to represent their county and compete in. Meghan Markle stood alongside her husband in a glowing green dress. During the ceremony, she couldn't hide her pride as she beamed at Team USA when they took their place for the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games. She looked on adoringly as the team walked on stage to Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Meghan clapped along to the song as it reverberated around the Merkerspiel Arena and blew kisses to the team. Prince Harry also joined the applause from his front row seat and took to the stage to thank people for coming. Thumping dance music greeted each of the teams as they took to the stage, with the Ukrainian team given a standing ovation. Harry and Meghan stood clapping each of the teams. He was sat next to Elke Butenbinder, the wife of the German president, Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Harry, dressed in a dark suit and dark shirt, could be seen leaning over to speak to Mr. Steinmeier during the closing ceremony. Meghan, meanwhile, was glowing in green, wearing an 830-pound raylene dress from Cult Gaia, laser-cut with floral patterns. She also wore a pair of 525-pound purest leather pumps from Aquazzura, 595 pounds Kamai diamond earrings made with lab-grown stones, a 5,000-pound Cartier bracelet, and a 50,000-pound Lorraine Schwartz emerald-cut diamond pinky ring. Eurovision Song Contest runner-up Sam Ryder performed 2 songs before the closing speeches began, and it was revealed 140,000 people had attended the games. The Spaceman singer could be seen holding Meghan's hand as he performed. German Federal President Frank-Walter Steinmeier spoke of the community feel of the games. He said the competitors' refusal to give up was an example to everyone, and people who have served their country should not be forgotten. He referenced the invasion of Ukraine and told the team they have the support of everyone, calling it an illegal war. The pledge of support was given a 2-minute standing ovation. He also thanked the Duke of Sussex for launching the games 9 years ago, before the Prince took to the stage for his own closing remarks. Harry began his speech by thanking the audience in German. He had opened the games by declaring, "Ich bin ein Düsseldorfer. I am a Düsseldorfer." As he talked about the Canadian bagpipe player, a camera cut to the former soldier weeping. He was given a standing ovation, and Harry again thanked him for his service. He then hugged Anna Sofia Puzanova, daughter of the captured paramedic Yulia Paevska, who won bronze for Ukraine at the Invictus Games. The 5-minute was interspersed with applause, and Meghan tenderly kissed Harry's shoulder as he sat down after delivering his emotion-packed speech. Harry and Meghan left the arena before Rita Ora's last song to avoid getting caught up in a crush with the crowd. They will fly back to America on Sunday, where they will be reunited with children Archie and Lilibet. Earlier in the day, Meghan was seen hugging an athlete draped in the American flag as she took center stage on the final day of the Invictus Games today. The Duchess of Sussex, 42, handed the gold medal to Danielle Pothoof at the swimming medals ceremony during Day 7 of the sporting event in Dusseldorf. Wearing 260-pound trousers and a 580-pound trench coat from Quiana, as well as 545 pounds Aquazzura Purist pumps, the royal hugged the athlete donning the Star-Spangled Banner and couldn't help but grin. Danielle, who competes in both swimming and sitting volleyball at the Games, served in the U.S. Marine Corps as a staff sergeant. While serving in Afghanistan in 2011, Danielle's unit drove over a IED, leaving her critically injured and eventually needing a leg amputation. The Duchess also put her name to a huge tribute wall adorned with messages from visitors to the Games, choosing to sign her trademark M close to a tribute to Harry's mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. Yesterday, Prince Harry was given a special birthday greeting, with spectators at the Invictus Games singing happy birthday to him in both English and German. Harry clapped along and smiled next to the Duchess, before he mouthed thank you to the spectators. Harry was later presented with a birthday cake by the mayor of Dusseldorf, Dr. Stephen Keller. The cake was in the colors of the Invictus Games with the words, "Happy Birthday Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex." Last night, the couple celebrated with bratwurst sausages, Wiener Schnitzels, and beers in a traditional German bar. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex enjoyed a night out in Dusseldorf with friends as the Invictus Games draws to a close. Bar staff said the royals were lovely and left a big tip as they enjoyed plates piled high with red cabbage and mashed potato. While Harry celebrated with 6 half pints, his wife stuck to just one small drink. Harry famously went teetotal and abandoned caffeine when Meghan was pregnant with Archie, dumping beer, tea, and coffee for green juices. In 2018, he raised a glass of water while everyone else was drinking champagne in solidarity with his wife. He also quit smoking. Waiters described having goosebumps as the couple arrived with close friends and aides last night. Diners at the restaurant and bar were asked not to take pictures, but said they saw him laughing and joking as the food arrived at his table. He also looked thrilled when a birthday cake arrived at the end of the family meal. He and Meghan happily posed for photographs with the owner Thea Ungermann and head waiter Frank Wackers, who has worked at the restaurant for 38 years and happily shared images with Mail Online. Thea said, "He was a lovely man and was having a very jolly time." Meghan was lovely. She added, "The couple were very relaxed. They drank our beer, Schumacher Alt. It's the same beers they are serving at the Invictus Games." Harry and Meghan sat next to each other during the meal. "I had goosebumps when they walked into the restaurant. I had watched his speech on the stage at the Invictus Games and couldn't believe he was in my restaurant. Prince Harry gave me a hug.